Hello, and welcome to Tabletop Game Talk with me, Chris Steele. Today I'm going to talk about why I'm backing. Well, by the end of the video I will have backed it, and why I will have backed Hoplomachus Victorium. So let's just jump right into this one. This is the newest game from Chip Theory Games. It is sort of a standalone, well, I guess it is a standalone, no, it's not an expansion. So it's not a standalone expansion, it is a spin-off of Hoplomachus. Victorium is a solo game, so only one player. I guess that's what solo means. Unlike Hoplomachus, which I believe was like a gladiator dueling game. And that's what makes this one a little bit interesting for me, is I was never interested in Hoplomachus. I love Chip Theory Games, I love the quality of their games. Too Many Bones is one of my favorite games. Even Cloudspire is a little complex, but I really like it. The quality, the heft, the care they put into these games is insane. Which is why I'm looking at this one at all, to be honest, because I'm not certain I'm going to like this game. It's not really something that I normally would be into. So let's take a look at this. It's obviously raised a ton of money. As I speak right now, it's $725,000, which is pretty good. And we have, new premium dice have just been unlocked. I think this is an add-on though. Lots of stretch goals. So let's take a look at this. So one player, I mentioned that already, 13 and up, 90 minutes per session. There's usually, I believe, 4 sessions per campaign. So you're looking at, 4 to 6 hours to play through a campaign. This is a pretty good shot of the board itself, and there is no board. Everything's neoprene. Neoprene, poker chips. You have your plastic trays here. The cards are plastic. Chip Theory games tend to be waterproof. They're fairly indestructible. There's a story. You're running around. Basically, there is a story. I haven't really read a lot into the story. I'm not really into this genre of gladiatormanship, but essentially what you're doing is you're running around the countryside and you are trying to take out 3 famous gladiators before taking on the final scion boss, which is usually a monster of some sort. So what's in the box? We get 4 double-sided neoprene arenas. Each one of these is a different arena with different rules, but basically they're just, a small hexagonal grid. You're going to get 7 hero chips, so there's 7 different heroes in the game. And then a bunch of generic gladiator chips. You're going to get your base mat. Again, this is a neoprene play mat. More poker chips, more cards, more poker chips. I think this hero tracker has now been updated to metal. And actually the hero chips have been double sized, so they're twice the size of a normal poker chip. We have dice, we have the Scion reference cards, and I believe there's 2 more Scions that have been added. The hero tracking pad, some health chips. These are stacked under the poker chips to track health and such. And then how the arenas work, so these are reference cards for each one of the arenas, your rule book, and finally your trays and whatnot. Stretch goals, like I say, we've unlocked 2 extra Scions, some sporting event cards, lethal event Bane chips, 7 Scion Bane chips, which I believe those were going to be unlocked all along anyway, because they're in their playthrough videos as part of the setup. So, let's face it, all of these things were pre-planned to be unlocked, but that's okay. There's a couple videos, actually, that I was relatively impressed with. Their videos can be hit or miss, and this one here, the overview of setting up, is pretty good. You can see I've already watched it. How your hero is being managed, how they're traveling around, all these things are interesting. You have, this one here is just your general playthrough, how combat works. And then we have another one down here of, I believe this one is just how you, or actually this is how the combat works. The other one was how you move around on the overhead map. You're eventually trying to kill the Scion, and if you do, you win the campaign. The one thing one of the main things I'm a little hesitant about is if your hero dies at any point, the entire campaign is lost. You lose. They counter that by saying you can forfeit at any time except in the middle of an attack. So if you're taking the killing blow, you can't forfeit at that point. But just before those dice are rolled, you can be like, no, I forfeit. And then you don't lose the campaign. You just lose a week and gain a bad thing. But that's all right. So we have our scions. We have our, I don't know what this is, a kind of a chimp goat monkey thing. And bats and turtles and all these things look very mean. And then, well, apparently she plays really scary music. We have our heroes. Chip Theory art is kind of, you know, either you love it or you don't. For me, it's just kind of, it's fine. Some of it's better than others. So, the pledge levels. We have 2 different pledge levels here. Well, there's actually technically 3. And you can see on the side here, right here. The first pledge level is for Hoplomachus Victorum. It's a standalone game, $95, $20 off the retail price. This is one reason why you may not want to back any Chip Theory game, really, is because they don't leave anything as Kickstarter exclusive. You will be able to buy all of this in their web store directly. You're just going to pay more. So in this case, you're going to pay $115 for Hoplomachus, or Victorum anyway. So maybe you wait until it gets in the hands of things. Maybe you see what the reviews are, see if it's worth it. Maybe that $20 savings isn't worth the risk of having a game that you're not going to like. I may be in that boat. I probably shouldn't back this, but let's take a look at the other pledge levels. Hoplomachus Remastered. This is the original game, kind of a 1.5, where they take all the expansions, all the select expansions and content, and put it all into one box. And here they give you a $5 savings if you just buy the remastered. I'm not sure that's enough to entice me into this at all. So here we have the content of the remastered edition. So if you already have Hoplomachus, I believe there's an upgrade. Actually, there's not an upgrade pledge for Hoplomachus for those who already have it. Let's double check here. We have Victorium, the remastered, and Hero. Yeah, so there's no upgrade. You either get that or you don't. The strategist, apparently there was an issue with the strategist pledge. It's only supposed to be like 15 in each Chip Theory campaign, where if you spend $650, you get the current game and a copy of everything Chip Theory puts out in the future. They accidentally changed that to 300 backers. This immediately sold out. So I believe they're honoring it as far as I can tell. So that's an interesting little backing up. But back down to Hoplomachus. If you don't have the base game, or you don't have Hoplomachus, this is a great way to get on it. If you do, surprise, there's a new version. Chip Theory normally has an upgrade kit, though, so I wouldn't be too surprised if they come out with some kind of upgrade kit in the future if you have all this stuff. And then combined, you can save $50, so it's $255 total. And it also includes this champion tracking playmat as opposed to using sheets. And that actually, you can get that as an add-on as well. So you get the hero tracker mat. This is okay. Again, there's a lot of game here that I probably wouldn't play. So it's not going to be worth the $50 savings to me. But let's take a look at the other things. The premium health chips, I love these. I want to back these just because I want to use these in Too Many Bones. Like these are really cool looking. The premium chip bag, you know, I have a lot of dice bags. Paying $20 for this one's probably not going to happen. The alloy dice, okay. I don't know if I'm going to like the game, but I know I'm going to like these dice. They're just hefty metal dice. I have one of their games called Trip Lock, and there's only 3 dice in that game, and I got the metal versions of those, and the dice alone are just like so nice. But $60 for 20 dice, it's not even that it's not worth it. Although $3 a die is a lot, I would have to really like the game to do this. So yeah, and then the hero tracking mat is $15. Now there's enough fiddliness with tracking your heroes where at first I'm like, we can keep track of it on paper. This is fine. This isn't really something that I care to have. But then I started watching some gameplay, and there's a lot of like moving around and advancing, and when your influence changes and when your dice upgrade, and you know, as your max health is increased, and all of these different things are changing quite often. And I think having the tracking mat, especially only for $15, might actually make the game better. So this is something I probably will end up getting. So, and like I say, the premium health chips as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm backing this because I'm backing the company of Chip Theory Games. I love what they do, and I want them to keep being able to do it. I don't think they're hurting. Too Many Bones was a wild success, and they keep, pumping out the best quality components that you can get for poker chips and neoprene in the business. And their cards and their rule books, they're not perfect. There's a lot of things that are okay. Maybe, a lot of times they'll have issues with color correction because of the prints they're using, or the writing can be a little off. The rule books are never, have been not that great in the past, but they keep getting better with every single thing. And Hoplomachus is a game that was their first game, so it's been out for a long time. They've been able to get a lot of feedback on it. I have confidence that what you receive here is going to be the best possible version of that game. And Victorium is a solo version of that game. I don't believe I would play Hoplomachus in a head-to-head dueling fashion, and that's fine because Victorium is not meant to be head-to-head dueling. Another one thing that concerns me is Victorium is run around, take out encounters, and beat a final boss, which is very similar to Too Many Bones. This plays in about the same amount of time as Too Many Bones, actually probably a lot more time, because this is going to take about 4 to 6 hours, where Too Many Bones, you can play in about 2 to 3 hours, depending on the campaign length. It's a different game, though. It is smaller, looks easier to set up, and we have a setup game board here, because I actually find it, see where near at the top here. I really like this, what they call the stadium, which is this plastic tray without the cards, and you have in the back between the cards are all the different gladiators you're going to be taking on, and then the final scion. The mat sets out nicely, like it is designed for one person to be sitting down and playing this game. Unlike all their other games where you could play, like Too Many Bones is easily playable solo. It's not designed to be played solo. It's designed that everyone has their own mat and cards and stuff in front of them. So when you have 2 or 3 characters, it's taking up a lot of space. This is designed to be solo. That, along with the company and the quality of the game and the fact that this is a revision, is enough for me to back this and give it a shot. If it's not the thing that I want, maybe I can turn around and sell it. I typically don't do that. I will typically give it away on my podcast. Maybe at that point I will be giving away games on my YouTube channel, and someone else can pick this up from me because it wasn't my thing. But for now, I am going to take the risk and I am going to back this. And we're going to do it right now. So I'm going to click back this project. We'll see how this works. And I'm going to back just Victorium because I'm okay just getting Victorium. And they don't have add-ons that I can do here, I don't think. So we're going to pay with Apple Pay to see what happens here. All right. Oh, I can't pay with Apple Pay. Oh, that's all right. That's fine. Other payment options. I think I have some other payment options. I should be able to get this set up here. Touch ID. Verified, logged in. All right. That's my credit card expiration date. And I will pledge that. Again, they don't have add-ons in this one, so that's something we'll just have to deal with in the Pledge Manager. But that's it. I've backed it. That's how that works. And I just got a notification on my watch that says, hey, you just backed something on Kickstarter. I'm backing it because I like the company. I'm backing it because I think the game could be cool. I'm not backing it because I think the game is going to be awesome, and I don't know if other people should back it. If you want a solo game with poker chips and dice, then do it. But for now, that's what I'm doing. So that is why I am backing Hoplomachus Victorium. Why should you back it? I don't know. I don't have great reasons for backing it, so do you? All right. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep playing games and having fun.